Hey, what's up, guys? You're here with Goran from PickDawgz. Thank you for joining me here. It's Wednesday, it's May 28th, and we still have, well, again, we have the MLS slate, this midweek slate, which once again I forgot about, and I do apologize for it, guys. I was reminded in it in the comments of our Conference League final video, which is also, by the way, up on YouTube channel. You can get your free picks for that game as well. But here we still have a few hours until the game time in the MLS. Hopefully, there's enough time to put some bets in. Once again, I do apologize, guys, and I know that we have a weekend slate. I will not forget about that one, and I will definitely put in a video beforehand, enough time to put in some free picks and some bets. I also have premium picks up on the PickDawgz.com website, so check it out, subscribe. Uh, of course, for our YouTube channel, make sure you hit that like button. We do appreciate it a lot. As well, leave us a comment under any of these soccer videos as well. I haven't made the game graphics, guys, but I did made picks graphics so that it's easier to follow the picks. And if there are any additional questions, I'll answer them in the comment section. So let me know, guys, and hopefully you can follow as I'm talking about the games in this video. I'm not sure how many games we have, something around what, 11 or 12, maybe even more than that. But we are kicking it off with a game between Atlanta and Orlando. And I think this is going to be a very, very close game between these two teams. Atlanta finally bounced back. They got a win 4-2 against Cincinnati, which was highly unexpected, especially in that result. But they're playing well. Of course, it's hard to bet against Orlando right now, who are scoring a lot of goals, who are winning a lot of games and they're coming into this game fairly healthy. However, Orlando on the road scored only 5 goals in 7 games, so they're not as effective on the road as they're at home, which makes me think this is going to be a close game, and I'm taking the draw in that one. The next game is between DC United and New England, and this should be a fun and open game, guys. We have DC United, the team that's been playing decent football lately, scoring a lot of goals, and when they are the home team in this matchup, we've seen the over hit more often than not, guys. As a matter of fact, it failed to hit only a handful of times, not even that. And New England on the road is conceding like crazy. Good enough is the fact that they're scoring a lot of goals as well. So when you're getting the over 2.5 at such a good price, minus 119, I'll take it. Like I said, DC United, New England, over 2.5 for me here. Cincinnati and Dallas are facing off, and this was simple for me, guys. Cincinnati is coming off of a loss, unexpected loss, but now they play against Dallas, who hasn't won any of their last three games on the road in a row. As a matter of fact, they haven't scored a goal in 2 of those 3 games as well. So yeah, I just cannot put my money on Dallas here. I think this is a good bounce back spot for Cincinnati. It's at home, and I think they get a nice win as well. Inter Miami is hosting Montreal, and you know what? We have two struggling teams here, but only one team has Lionel Messi in the lineup, and that is Inter Miami. Now, I think this is a very good spot for Inter Miami to bounce back, and I think that's exactly what's going to happen. Montreal 1 win, 2 draws, and 6 losses on the road this season. They're just struggling a lot, and I think that Inter on alone can get us over 2.5 line in this game. So Inter Miami to win and over 2.5 goals, minus 110, unbelievably good of a price, which I will take. For next 2 games, guys, we have two New York teams. We have NYC hosting Houston, and we have Red Bulls hosting Charlotte. And both teams are at home, which simply we cannot ignore either of these two teams. NYC on the money line against Houston, who is struggling on the road a lot. I mean, we are getting minus 130 on NYC at home, and I will take that any day of the week, especially in their current form. Red Bulls are hosting Charlotte, and this was very simple for me as well, guys. Red Bulls are playing outstanding football right now. They are on a 2 game winning streak. They've scored 6 goals in those 2 games. And Charlotte on the road hasn't won any of their last 3 games as well. They're conceding a lot of goals when playing on the road. They've actually conceded 14 goals in 7 games while scoring only 7 goals. So they are getting outscored regularly when playing on the road. And the math for me is simple in this one. New York Red Bulls on the money line, especially at minus 118 that we are getting them. Toronto is hosting Philadelphia, and guys, I'm under no illusions that Toronto can win this game. Of course, this is football, this is sports betting, anything can happen. And they have been showing some signs of life, especially when they were playing at home. Well, not really when they were playing at home, as they've lost their last two straight home games. But Philadelphia is on fire right now once again. Yes, they are coming off of a 3-3 draw in a game that maybe they should have won. Uh, but I don't know, it just feels like a bit of a rivalry between these two teams. And when playing at home, Toronto was quite successful in this matchup in the past. They've actually scored a goal in pretty much every single one of their home games except one, and that is going back to 2014 against Philadelphia. They had a lot of success, like I said, but it's hard to keep a clean sheet against a team like Philadelphia. So Toronto versus Philadelphia, both teams to score for me in this one. Columbus and Nashville should be another fun game to watch, guys. And we have two teams playing pretty well right now, especially Nashville, who are scoring a lot of goals on the road. 5 goals in their last two games, but they've also conceded 3 goals in those two games. So their defense on the road is not that great. They have conceded 10 goals, but positive thing is that they are scoring, and Columbus is scoring at home as well, almost 2 goals on average. So keeping it simple, both teams to score in over 2.5, minus 120 in Columbus versus Nashville. Austin will be hosting Salt Lake, and this is another game where I simply have to take the home team, especially at the price. Austin undefeated in their last 4 games. Salt Lake hasn't beaten anyone in their last 5 games, and they are on a 2-game losing streak right now. They're just not a good team this season. Ineffective. They cannot defend. They've conceded 14 goals on the road so far this season in 8 games. And with that in mind, guys, I simply have to go with Austin on the money line. Seattle and San Diego should be a fairly open and interesting matchup, guys. We have two teams in a very good form right now. San Diego undefeated in their last 5, coming off of a nice 2-1 win against Galaxy. They're doing well on the road, scoring 10 goals, conceding 10 goals, which tells me that their defense is not the greatest. And Seattle is averaging over 2 scored goals per game at home. Now, defensively, they're quite solid at home, but I think that San Diego should create enough to get some corners out of this game. And with that in mind, guys, I'm taking over 9 corners at minus 135 in this Seattle versus San Diego matchup. Galaxy and San Jose is a game where the books are expecting a ton of goals. And that is definitely should be the case. I mean, Galaxy is conceding like crazy this season. Uh, Overall, they've conceded 35 goals in 15 games. Have in mind, guys, this is the last season champion. They are nowhere to be found this season. They're sitting bottom of the table right now with only 4 points. That's just embarrassingly bad, if you ask me. They haven't beaten anyone at home this season. There's still time for them to make playoffs, yes, because this is the MLS and anything can happen. But they do not have a lot of time left. They haven't won any of their last 14 games. Is this a good spot for them to get a win? I wouldn't go that far because San Jose is looking really, really well. They have been stepping it up defensively over the last few games, kept a few clean sheets. They're coming off of a 3-3 draw against Houston. I think this is going to be a goal fest. I mean, we have two teams with very little defense, especially Galaxy. And with that in mind, over 1.5 goals in the first half, plus 111. This is going to be my pick for this game. Portland and Colorado are facing off in the next game on the West Coast. And you know what? I was thinking about taking Colorado on the double chance here, but the wins that they got were at home and they were very, very, very narrow wins. 1-0 win in both of those games for Colorado. When playing on the road, though, they haven't beaten anyone in their last 5 games. Now, Portland, on the other side, has been playing their last 2 games on the road. They haven't won their last home game either. And I think this is a very, very good spot for them to bounce back. I think that they should maybe even be slightly bigger favorites than they are in this game. And with that in mind, I will chalk up the price, guys. Minus 156, the price that I'm willing to take. I don't know. I might be pushing it to -1, but then I'm heavily risking the push in this game. So Portland on the money line. The last game of this video is the matchup between Vancouver and Minnesota, two of the hottest teams in the league. Vancouver undefeated in their last 13 games, sitting the top of the table, coming off of a 3-2 win against Salt Lake on the road, while Minnesota playing really well at home. a little bit worse on the road. They're not conceding a lot of goals, only goal on average. They're not scoring a lot, about 1.1, 1.2 goals or something like that on average. While Vancouver at home is averaging over 2 scored goals per game. Now, I think this is going to be a very close game given the form of both teams, given the quality of the both teams. I would have to lean towards Vancouver because they are at home. And that is the reason why I'm taking Vancouver over 5.5 corners at minus 116. I think this one could honestly go either way. I think that both teams are good enough to get a win out of this one. Like I said, I am slightly leaning towards Vancouver. And with that in mind, I'm taking Vancouver over 5.5 corners at minus 160. That's it for this video, everyone. Thank you for joining me. I do apologize for the lack of the graphics. Like I said, I was late recording this video. I didn't even realize that these games are on. I promise I'll pay more attention to that in the future. But once again, thank you for joining me. Check out the rest of the free picks. Check out my premium picks, guys. And of course, good luck with all of your bets on Wednesday.